finally got a pretty decent day. Had a little bit of snow yesterday and washed some of the salt off the road, so I'm gonna finally go out here and see how these throttle spacers enhance the performance of the bike. So let's go check it out. I don't know why it's saying I need gas, because I have a full tank. But whatever, it'll probably go away. Make sure I got my wallet. Yes, sir. So I had this bike for damn near 3 weeks now. I think yesterday was actually the 3rd week, and this is only really the 2nd time I rode it. Except for when I brought it home from the dealer. But so far I'm loving it. It's not really as uncomfortable as I thought it would be. And I heard a lot of people say that they thought going into this bike it would be really uncomfortable, especially me coming from the Monster, which is a lot more upright. This was not too bad, actually. I did put on the Ducati Performance comfort seat, and honestly I don't know if I really feel too much of a difference over the stock seat. But then again, I haven't ridden the bike for long periods of time either to really make that determination. But then them LEDs look good as hell shining off the back of that truck. Still got to get used to this clutch. But I'm just about to go to the barber shop right quick. Alright, just got out the barber shop. Probably go cruise around for a little bit and take it back home. It's supposed to start raining sometime this afternoon, and I'm starting to get hungry, so yes sir. So one of the other main things I like about this bike as compared to the Monster is the throttle is a lot more smooth, and I feel like it makes the bike easier to control as far as the throttle goes. You know, sometimes with the Monster it was like so much torque at low speeds that, you know, the bike could probably almost get away from you if you weren't careful. You know, this one, at least in sport mode, seems a little more easier to control the throttle. Another thing I was worried about was the height of the bike. I'm not that tall. I'm about 5'7", so I'm not able to flat foot this like I could with the Monster. Because the Monster, you were able to lower the seat. You take these little spacers out and it drops the seat down a few millimeters. With this one, you know, you don't have that option. It's a little higher. Plus I put the comfort seat on, which makes it even higher. So I'm tippy-toeing it. Sometimes that can make you a little nervous about dropping a bike, depending on if you end up on some uneven pavement. So far, I'm really loving this bike, man. This shit cuts through the wind like a butter knife through butter. Yeah, man, with these throttle spaces, it is a lot easier to blip down. Another thing about this bike is the suspension is noticeably more harsh than the Monster, for obvious reasons. When I first brought this bike home from the dealer and I hit bumps, it was like I was riding on bricks, and it was kind of something I didn't really like too much. So I went through the manual and looked into the suspension adjustments, and there was a section that shows you how to adjust the suspension for street riding. So I followed those settings, and it seemed to work pretty good. It's a lot more comfortable, and I prefer more of a sporty ride than a bouncy ride. But this one was a little too harsh. But the settings in the manual for street riding work pretty good for me. I'm assuming that they're based off the average male's weight of about 180 to 190 pounds, and I'm about 170, and I figure with all my gear on I'm probably about 180, 185. So those settings work pretty good for me. The only thing that was a problem was it said for the rear shock, go 3.5 turns out, but the rear shock on this bike, it doesn't have 3.5 turns. I think it maxes out at like 3 turns or a little less than 3 turns. So I just set it to a 2.5 for the compression. And that fucking quick shifter though. Man, it's so hard to keep this thing under 6,000, man. I can't wait to get past that break-in so I can really see what this bike's about. I know some people say it's not a big deal if you break it in hard. Some people actually prefer it, but I'd rather, you know, with the price of this bike, I'd rather go by what the manufacturer states. You know, because generally nobody knows better than the people that build the bike. You know, but then again, I know they also, you know, go easy on it just for precaution's sake. So, but just to err on the side of caution, I usually just follow what the manufacturer states. 89 miles, so I got quite a bit to go, especially in the wintertime, because ain't gonna be too many more riding days, I know that's for sure. Not at least till March. Still got that new bike smell coming off the exhaust. So the reason I bought this bike was because I wanted more wind protection. I love my Monster. I love the power, the torque. But on the highway it could be a bit challenging to ride. More so fatiguing than anything. Especially on windier days. So I decided I wanted to go up to something that had fairings and a windscreen, because the windscreens that they have for the Monster, I read reviews on them and it said they didn't really do much as far as wind protection. It was more of an aesthetic thing, and I wanted more functionality without destroying the looks of the bike. So I figured I'd just change the entire bike. And what I noticed, one of the main things I noticed is that having this windscreen and the fairings, it keeps a lot of the cold air off of my body. Like I feel it mostly only on my arms, my forearms. But as far as my actual torso and my chest, it's pretty much, I feel it going over my shoulders. So that's something that I really enjoy about this bike, is I feel a lot less of the cold air on my body. What's crazy is a couple weeks ago we had a snowstorm that, I don't know if it came out of nowhere or what, but they didn't put no fucking salt down at all. Like none at all. And it was like people sliding all over the parkway and crashing and shit, you know. And it was really rough. And I think they predicted like a couple like inches or, you know, a dusting, and that shit turned out to be like 3 to 8 inches, you know, in New Jersey in certain parts. Now we were supposed to have this big snowstorm this weekend, and they put all this fucking salt down and it ain't even snowing. They put this salt down like a week ago, and like there was no snow. So I don't know if the governor was trying to compensate for the last snowstorm, but I don't know, whatever. Yeah, I'm getting ready to turn around, starting to get the sniffles, getting hungry. Another welcome addition is having a gear indicator. It's like the little things that just, thank you. I love those trucks. But like I was saying, it's the little things that add up, you know, to make, and I can't even hear my engine over that thing. Well, yeah, the little things add up to make it, you know, a much more enjoyable experience with anything, you know. Everything don't always have to be a major upgrade or a major enhancement, you know, to just make life easier. Sometimes a gear indicator and a little bit of wind protection goes a longer way. Oh shit, what the fuck? How the hell does that even happen? I don't know if y'all can see that, but it's a Toyota something little cruiser turned on its side. The weather's not even bad. How the fuck does something like that even happen? That's why I'm about to take my ass home. God damn these fucking people, man. Let me get over so you guys can see. How the fuck? Look at that shit. Man, that's the way I gotta go back home. I'm gonna try to have to go around this because I'm not trying to sit in this traffic. Oh my God, I love this damn bike. Honestly, I don't really see any other way to get home other than going back there. I mean, I know another way, but it's probably gonna take twice as long, even with me sitting in that traffic. Another interesting thing is when I first bought this bike, it was about 45 degrees outside, and this temperatures on this bike was still getting up to over 200. Right now it seems like it's staying around 160, 170. I don't know, it seems now it's going up. But on a day like today, the infamous engine heat that everybody complains about is welcome. I want to get some battery powered heated gloves, but all the ones I see are like bulky as hell. But I know, you know, it comes with the territory of warm winter gloves, but I got these Alpine Stars Dry Star joints. They're pretty good, but they're not gauntlets, so I get a little bit of cold air up in my wrists. But they keep my hands warm for about 30 minutes. And in weather like this, it's about 40 degrees. They keep my hands warm for about 30 minutes before my fingertips start freezing. This bike is actually pretty comfortable, man, I have to say. I might try to filter through this shit, man. Fuck this. Thank you. Shit, if I didn't do that, I would have been sitting in this shit for a fucking hour. So one of the other things I see people complain about with this bike is the clutch. I don't know, it don't feel that bad to me. It was a little far. Cause I got pretty small hands. It was a pretty far pull for me to get it to engage, but I just adjusted it down a couple turns and that shit is fine now. I think I adjusted the brake one a little bit too, so I don't know, they feel pretty good to me. Maybe people just need to adjust them. Now my gas light is coming on. I don't know if that's real. Somebody tell me. I only put like 20 miles on a damn full tank. I don't know how the hell the gas light is on. Oh, they got the truck turned back over. Damn. Yeah, I got 25 miles on this tank. I don't know why the gas light is coming on. Maybe that's the problem. Yo, why the fuck is my gas light coming on? go to the gas station and see exactly how much gas in this shit, because this is crazy. Let's see. Yeah, I see some gas down there. Let's see how much this shit takes. Oh no, it's taking some gas, alright. Only a gallon though. What the fuck?
How much is this Ducati?
How much? 15,000. 15, yeah. This fucking guy. What the hell are you doing? Have a nice day. I don't know how much battery I got left, but I'm getting ready to head back home anyway. Look at all that fucking salt